Well, we have the latest evictees from the Big Brother house in the studio with us. We have Saga, we have Nini, and Queen. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you. Good to have you. Good to have you.
Thank you.
So you're finally out. How long were you in the house for, though?
7 weeks.
7 weeks. Yeah. So what was it like being out of the house?
I feel good, but then I wasn't ready to come out now. I was ready to push till the last week, which is this week. It came to me as a very big blow. It was a shock to me that I didn't make it to the 8th week, but then it's fine. I'm ready to grab all the opportunities I can right now and ready to go. That's fine.
How about you, Nini?
Honestly, I stayed 9 weeks in the house, and I knew it was a show. It's either you win or not, and it was fine going at the 9th week.
So you enjoyed every bit of it?
I did enjoy. I enjoyed every time I got saved.
Saga, and you?
I enjoyed my time in the house. It was fun. I feel like I showed my talent and I had fun.
So how do you feel coming out now? What do you think? Do you think you should have stayed longer?
Well, I'm satisfied with what I have, but the feeling of coming out now and meeting all the everything going on everywhere is what's it called, overwhelming, but I'm getting used to it.
No, Queen, you said that you felt you could have stayed longer. People thought probably because you came in late, that was part of what worked against you, because you exhibited a lot of talent and you deserved to stay longer. Did you think your coming in late affected you?
I think so as well. Because first of all, when I was not picked, when I didn't make it to the show the day I thought I was supposed to get into the show, I was wondering what's happening, what could have happened, and then I got a message I'm supposed to stay back, and that was it. I actually stayed there all through, and then I was brought into the show 2 weeks later. I wasn't really happy because you know how this thing works. I felt like, okay, already people already have their favorite, so it's going to be a struggle for me to try and get my own fan base, my own people. Do you understand? Right. But as God could have it, I was saved 3 times, so I felt like, okay, I'm doing something good. I'm going to be here to the end of the show. So when the eviction came to me, I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. Do you understand? I went there with the winning mindset, but then.
So why did you were saved 3 times? Why do you think you were nominated all the 3 times you were?
I don't know. It's a game. People will always nominate you for whatever reason. So I didn't really bother.
So your eviction, what do you think? What do you think happened? Why did you think you were evicted? Who do you think nominated you, and what was the reason? I start with you.
Well, we weren't nominated per se. It was the ultimate veto power, where Emmanuel saved Licoruz and made Cross her assistants. So we weren't exactly nominated.
Okay. So you guys fell victim of what happened.
Yes.
Did you ever think you would have been selected, by those with the veto power or no relationship? What was your relationship like actually with the housemates
that were left?
Yeah, everybody starting from the beginning and the ones that were left.
Well, it was pretty good. I had good relationships with people there. I made close friends. Nini, Pere, Yusef, White Money, Licoruz, Emmanuel, Ari, Peace. I made close friends in the house. It was good.
How about you, Nini?
Honestly, I didn't feel some type of way about them nominating me, because the first nomination where the house had to nominate, I was up, and it was very expectant because sometimes it's hard to get me. So I knew for a fact that once I got on the show, the first few weeks I would be up quite a number of times. So once they nominated me, I knew for sure. So I just stood up, and then I was saved. And I think they didn't nominate me for a while, and then they nominated me again. But regardless, even when I was nominated, I didn't feel any resentment. I still kept the same energy, because it's a game, and I go in there to nominate people. So I don't think anybody should feel bad for getting nominated.
Okay. So what were you guys doing before you got into the house? What was Saga doing before he got into the house?
Well, I am an engineer. Okay. So I was practicing oil and gas. I'm a well completions engineer, well intervention. Also, I'm an artist. I draw.
Right.
I draw excellently well. If I draw, you're going to think it's a picture.
Start. Please give him the background.
I did a couple of drawings in the house. Really nice.
Okay.
I'm also a fitness instructor. I coach online. So that's my hustle basically.
Okay. So you were in oil and gas. Were you in full employment and you had to resign to get into the Big Brother house?
Definitely. Yeah, I had to resign to get to the house.
So why did you think resigning and going into the Big Brother house? Did you wait?
Yeah, I did, because I always wanted to explore my entertainment side and my creative side, but I didn't really have the courage to quit my job, because you know, what am I going, as in like, what am I going to do? What am I going to, you know, what does it compare? So I felt like with the platform that Big Brother offers, it would give me a better reason, you know, to take that leap of faith. So that's what I did. So I quit my job and I want to focus on my art, my other creative angles, modeling, fitness, probably acting, and whatever.
So you want to explore all the talents?
Yeah. I'm really talented.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nini, what were you doing?
Okay, before I got into the house, I just finished my service in the pandemic, and then I'm a very business-oriented person, so I was about to start up my own fashion brand. I had it all figured out before Big Brother came, and I've done a couple of modeling, and I'm just like a business person.
Okay, so you're business-oriented. So why did you decide to go for Big Brother?
Okay, so wanting to open a fashion brand, and my first thing was a physical store because I think we do a lot of online store. So I got a store in Abuja, and I love fashion and I love the idea of everything. So when I was about to start, and then I thought of publicity, it would be a hard one because we have big people already in the business, and I obviously had great competitors. So I thought about a way that I could keep my brand out there, be known, and I realized it's going to cost a lot of money to actually get there, and it was a lot. And then I decided, first time I audition, and I say, oh,
It was your first time getting in?
it was my first audition ever. So I say, it's Big Brother season. I'm just going to try. I didn't even think they were going to pick me. I promise you. I just did it casually. And then when they contacted me, I was like, wow. So I had to put everything on hold, including my opening, because I wanted to be sure. So everything has been on hold.
Okay, so you had a strategy for going in. And how about you, Queen? What were you doing, and why did you decide to go in?
Go to Big Brother. Deciding to go to Big Brother, I've always wanted to be in Biggie's house. It's not small. Like,
But before that, what were you doing?
Into pageantry, but not
Okay.
into pageantry.
All right.
I'm politically inclined, so I'm all about governance. I run a charity organization which is all about putting smiles on the faces of the less privileged. A child on the street who wants to go back to school, who needs a better, hope for tomorrow. So I'm all about helping people. Yeah, so that was basically what I was involved with before going into the Biggest house.
Okay, so you thought going into the Big Brother house would do...
No, I wanted to be in Biggest house. I have always wanted to be rich and famous. So I just wanted to be in Biggest house, not because of what I was doing. What I'm doing, charity is my purpose, to serve humanity. Governance is what I'm passionate about. But Biggest house, I wanted to be there, wanted to be famous. I always want to stand out in all I do. So that is it basically.
All right. So now let's go back to your activities in the house. Queen, what's the relationship between you and White Money, and what's the relationship between you and Cross?
Okay, let me start with Cross.
Oh, okay.
With Cross, I was just having fun. I was just being a baby girl, flirting, and that was it, basically. No strings attached, no hard feeling, nothing too emotional and all of that. With White Money, we started off as friends, but in between the line, we started having some feelings of each
Some
other.
sparks were... flying.
That is it basically.
So would the sparks continue?
I wouldn't know right now. Truly
So
speaking.
what was it about White Money though for you?
For me, about the fact that we are right? He's really passionate about people. He's very caring. Like, he likes helping people, taking care of people, and that is what I'm all about. Help people around you.
Kindness.
Yeah, kindness and all of that. So he was all about love, sharing love to people.
But everybody thinks it's a strategy that he's
I
just
don't
doing it
care.
out there.
It takes a whole lot to put yourself out there to sacrifice your strength to do that. He was looking for everybody in the house before I came in. Do you understand? So I don't care if it was a strategy or not, but this is what I like. This is the attribute I like about him. And then it has the physical characteristics that I like in the guy. So I found that really attracting and all of that.
So keeping your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. So let's come to you. So Nini, how's your boyfriend doing?
He's okay.
So what was it like when he saw you? How did you feel when you saw him?
I just got out of the house. I haven't had time to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
you haven't seen?
No,
Okay.
I've been so busy. I just got my phone now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Saga, now I know you, and that prank though. Before I come to that, what was that prank about? You and Big Brother. How did you guys pull that off? How did that happen?
Okay, so when Big Brother told me the prank, and prior to that, we had filmed one of his tax. I knew I had to pull it off, and I knew it'd be a hard one considering how close Saga and I was, and I knew it'd be a hard one for Saga to pull it off. So I tried to put myself in his shoes, and if he was going to pull off this prank, what would he do? Because it'd be hard for him to get out of my sight when I would notice. So I decided to pick up a fight with him, and then when we got to the arena, I just knew how to get under his skin. I just, Saga, why are you shouting at Lico? I knew we would get to him. He was already pissed. And then we got to the wardrobe. I went to meet him. I was like, Saga, he was like, please, Nini, don't speak to me. I'm not in the mood. I knew, okay, I had it at that point. So I just, when he tried to speak to me later, I'm just like, please, I wanted to bring the dramatic effect. I said, I'm going through a lot of emotions today, and I really don't want to talk and all that.
And you just disappeared at some point.
And he was like, okay, maybe you can go. So when I went outside, I think Angel came to me because I was sitting alone. She was like, why are you alone? I said, I just wanted the quietness. I think we're making a lot of noise in the house before I have a mental breakdown. And then I just chip in. Do you think anybody's fake as me? I just wanted the effect. And then I knew I couldn't do it at night because Saga and I might try to rectify whatever issues we've had. So I knew I had to do it then. So when I saw all of them behind us, I went to I see Saga minding his business and I'm talking to me. I'm like, okay, now's a great time. And then I left.
So what was going through your mind, Saga, when you went? Because we saw you were quite emotional. What was it? You weren't yourself. What was it that was going through your mind?
So what happened was, as she said, she mentioned to me mental health issues, and then she said the same thing to Angel too. So that was like the setup. So we had a fight, and then I was keeping to myself because everybody's house, that's the only private space you have, your head. You can't go anywhere. It's very annoying. Normally you just take a walk, go for a drink, but this one you just have to just stay in your head. So that's what I was doing. So I watched her pass behind me, and then she didn't pass again. I figured maybe she went to bed. So someone now came to meet me, and it was Queen. She was like, have I seen Nini? And I'm like, was Nini not with you outside? So I went to check Nini, but I said Nini was not in her bed. And he checked the whole house. She was nowhere to be found. Angel came out and said that, where's Nini? And we looked for her. And Angel said, she mentioned mental health and being wanted to be alone, speak to someone, whatever. So we started figuring that maybe she was in the diary room, like KV, when KV was weeks away. So it was, I felt I was trying to keep my cool, because I don't like to jump to conclusions. Then I started asking people for clarity as time went on, because 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours was passing by. Then the next day, she hasn't still shown up. No brief from Big Brother. Then I started to think, maybe she was actually medically evacuated based on mental health. So I started to kind of point fingers at myself. Like maybe I was the trigger. I don't joke with mental health. I could have been a trigger. People are funny. People may look strong, but then anything can trigger people. I don't know what happened in the room. Maybe she even fucking tried to stop joking. As a joke. But then I don't know. So I was hard on myself. And then I also thought about I started to remember my mom. I lost my mom in 2014. Okay. And then I locked that up. I don't really open that door. So when I get really sad like that, and then it felt like she was...
It gets overwhelming.
Yeah, it was overwhelming.
Okay.
So it triggered me and I got emotional, yeah.
So both of you are quite close. Everybody knows you have a thing for her.
Yeah.
And now, what's the status with your boyfriend, Nini?
We're good.
So Saga, how does this play out in all of this? She's got somebody, but you have...
I've always known that she has someone.
Yeah, you have. Friends. So what's going to happen after this?
But cool. I'm cool with just being friends. I've always been cool with it.
So you're cool with being friends with her.
I never asked her for a relationship.
You just cared so much about her, and it showed in the house.
Yeah, I cared so much about my friends.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like people want to say what they want to say because I think I did a lot for Saga that nobody would talk about. And so I'm like, wow, I would make his breakfast, do everything, look out for him, but nobody would talk about all the nice things Nini does for Saga. But everybody would talk about, Saga would help Nini wear a jacket. But then when I would help him cream his back, because his hand wouldn't reach his back, nobody would talk about that part.
So you just wanted to see what they wanted to see.
Yeah, and honestly, with the tax thing, I knew it'd be hard on Saga, because when Saga got his tax and he wasn't talking to me, I knew how I felt, and I am a very strong emotion. I am strong emotionally.
So you liked him that much too, the way
because he was the closest person to me. It's an enclosed space. You get comfortable with someone. You see them 24/7. You do your routines together. I knew how hard it was for me. When he started misbehaving, instantly I'm like, don't ever speak to me. And then I went and covered my head. I was feeling so bad. So I knew it would be hard on him. And plus the effects I dropped. I knew I was going to get them.
All right, let's come to your quarrel with Cross. Don't you think? Did you think you took it too far? Because at some point he felt you attacked something about him that was painful. Did you? Don't you? Why?
Okay, I just discovered that I attacked something about him that was personal. I never knew anything about that. He never spoke to me about anything. None of us in the house, I don't know, not personally to me, I didn't know anything about that. Obviously, that week, I'd put Cross up with the veto, and we were good that night. We were playing. Cross is the last person I wanted to have issues with. I thought that would be really stupid, considering the fact that I just put him up for veto. And when he tried to pick up a fight with me that day, I really tried to avoid it. And then I kept on begging him, Liquor can satisfy, because Liquor was washing the toilet. I kept on begging him for minutes. He kept on shouting at me. I'm like, Cross, why are you shouting at me? I'm not shouting. And then when he went back, came back, you're fucking stupid. And when he said that,
Boom. Yeah, I had to do the censor button.
And then
there.
I said a couple of things. He's not. I don't think I'm stupid. I felt hurt he said I was stupid. I wanted to say hurtful things to him so he could feel exactly the same way I felt, that he's not. He called me stupid. I'm not stupid. Whatever I called him, he's not. And it wasn't personal to me.
So don't you think that at some point you guys need to sort things out? Probably the pressure of the house got to him, the pressure of the house got to you. So it's,
Cross and I sorted that thing out that same day. Cross, I never nominated Cross. Cross is my Abuja baby. We didn't need to talk every day, but he knew I had his back. I had never nominated him. We're good. And Cross was the only one I could swap. And because I thought he was strong, I'm like, okay, Cross is the safest person to do this. And because we were good, I felt like, okay, we'll talk about it. And even that same day, he came to speak to me. Even though I already knew that one morning I told him, Cross, you're up. You need to like speak to her, because everybody felt like he started the fight because I kept on trying to quench it. And so when he came to speak to me, we were good and we sorted that and we've been great. And I think his reaction when he saw me was the cutest one. He was so shocked. And Cross is like my baby. Cross is
so you guys are good.
Happy, so we're great.
Okay, that's good to know. At least everybody can see that you guys are good. So what's next? What's next? Starting with the Queen. What's next after this?
Yeah, I'm focused with my charity organization. I'm focused in my political career, and I'm focused in my business as well. Yeah.
So what's it about politics for you? What do you want? What message you want to pass across?
Yeah, I'm all about encouraging women to get involved in political activities, because you see a lot of women shy away from this area of life. They feel like it's not for them, it's for the guys. So I just want them to get involved. I know that we are powerful. Women, we are really powerful, and I know that if we
make that positive effect.
Yeah, that's it basically for me.
So you represent the female folk well.
Yeah.
Some have gone ahead and they've messed things up, so we expect.
They're actually a source of inspiration for me. So I feel like I can actually still push and achieve that.
And make something better
out of it.
Okay. So Nini, the fashion, the house.
So I'm going to do an official opening of my physical store in Abuja, and hopefully if everything goes well, I'll do one in Lagos. And then I've done a couple of modeling, so I'm open to doing modeling and anything good that life throws at me, but I'm very business oriented for sure.
All right, Saga, you told us you're going into painting, and what else?
Yeah, so from the house, I'm sure you guys all know that I draw pretty well. Yeah, so I'm going to put my art out there. I have a couple of works already done. When I settle down, I'm going to do some more. So I'm going to work with galleries internationally, locally. So looking at exhibitions, maybe group exhibitions as well with other big artists. And then personally, I want to be more active as a model,
Okay.
And then fitness-wise, probably work with some brands, develop my app, and let's see how it goes from there.
All right. Thank you. It was nice having you guys in the studio.
Thank you.
Wish you all the very best. Sorry?
Can I say my Instagram handle?
Okay, you can.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. So for my art, my Instagram art page is Sagat_. That's SAGART_. And then for my personal page is Saga Adeolu on Instagram. And for my fitness, Saga's Fitness Club. Thank you.
Only you are.
Only me, three. No chop now.
All right then.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day and wish you the very best.
Thank
you so much.
you.